Hey guys, welcome back to another Jewish Crash Out. I'm Jack the Jew, and on this one, we're going back to the old videos that we did before. We took a little bit of time to reflect on certain ideas that I had, the Latin America, and becoming more pro-Israel, the UN, America's birthday, 250th birthday. But now we're going to go back to the good old stuff, which is the anti-Israel influencers like Jimmy Dore, who, for some apparent reason, decided to attack Mayim Bialik, who is a treasure of the Israeli community. So I decided I would mock him, or do my best to confront whatever he's saying there. And yeah, let's start watching.
Do you know who this is? This is that, how do you say her name? Mayim?
Blossom?
Yeah, Mayim Bialik. She's from the Big Bang Theory. Oh, was she also?
Blossom.
Blossom, okay.
With Joey Lawrence.
Whoa!
Remember that guy? This is Joey Lawrence kind of hair I got
This kind of guy, God, is such a schmuck.
right now.
So you're not going to believe, well, you're going to believe it because I'm going to play it for you. She's a genocide denier, and she acts like an arrogant victim who thinks Zionism is an innocent belief. Worse than that. What?
So we haven't even watched the clip, and already he's libeling her, a genocide denier. Again, there is no genocide. I'll deny it. There is no genocide. It hasn't been proven by anyone, and the numbers don't make any sense, and there is no genocide. There is no intent to destroy the Palestinian people. There's still 2 million, the same amount there was 3 years ago.
Let's listen to what she had to say recently on a podcast. Let's listen.
I had people approach me wearing Zionism Is Racism shirts in a parking lot not far from here at my favorite vegan joint with my children. And the thought occurred to me, what are my kids about to witness?
Did you see her choke up?
Yeah, because she's worried that they're going to attack her kids.
Did you see her choke up? She just choked up because someone had a T-shirt on that said Zionism is, because someone was telling her a fact.
Yeah, it's not a fact. That's actually USSR propaganda from 1975. That's how old that, not Zionism is racism crap. That's how old that stuff is, and it goes back even farther with the USSR. And yeah, they were running up to her. She doesn't know what they're gonna do. You're attacking her. You haven't even watched the full clip yet.
T-shirt. She choked up because of her kids. But wait till you hear what her kids said.
I had people approach me wearing Zionism Is Racism shirts.
They were approaching her
In a parking lot not far from here at my favorite vegan joint with my children. And the thought occurred to me, what are my kids about to witness? When October 7th happened, it just magnified. And it was actually Sacha Baron Cohen who said,
there's factual evidence that anti-Semitism had a gigantic, I can show you the graphs. There's tons of, go look them up. There's tons of graphs showing the increase of anti-Semitism after October 7th.
we're about to see the largest campaign of anti-Semitism we've ever seen in history. And I was like, what's he talking about? That's what happened. I was afraid, like a lot of public Jews were afraid. I didn't know what I was going to find when I opened the gate to my house. I don't live in an expensive gated community. I live in a place where people can see me walking. I did not know what my children would experience. And when I saw what started happening to Jewish leaders, when I still see it, of course, many of us wondered, am I next? I had people approach me wearing Zionism Is Racism shirts in a parking lot not far from here at my favorite
And I was just rewatching the clip.
vegan joint with my children. And the thought occurred to me, what are my kids about to witness?
Just mocking her fear. Just mocking. You're the greatest. You guys are gentlemen. Pure gentlemen.
Oh my
It's
God.
rerunning right
Like a big dude coming up to me as I'm getting into my car. What is happening?
What do you
That's
say?
terrifying. Oh, that's Mayim Bialik. And I said, get in the car. But I'm like, I have like a chill right now
Yeah, it's
going up
terrifying.
the side
It's
of my head
terrifying.
because like whatever we believe, we don't approach people in public parking lots, right? Like,
No, we just what we do is we just bomb their house and kill their children.
Mayim Bialik is a Jewish person that is American in California at a vegan joint You don't have a right to a freedom of speech to approach her and threaten her with her kids, especially with her kids.
And also,
It's not the time to have a political discussion in front of a vegan joint in the parking
I
lot.
know she was all for doing that. Remember when nobody Trump associated could sit down to dinner
Right.
and it was good to go bother? Like, I don't believe her choking up either, because I know her kids don't buy it.
No, her kids don't buy it. I hope it's in
Yeah.
this video. Let's listen.
Like with a
You don't
with a
intimidate
counted
people.
oh, a grown man approaching a 5'4" like mom, like what? You don't even know anything. You actually don't know. You don't know anything about.
Actually, we do know.
One thing,
We do know. We do know you don't care about a genocide or other mothers
There is no genocide.
having their kids slaughtered and dismembered and targeted.
You mean kids of Hamas members that are surrounding themselves with their kids. Yeah.
By
those people.
snipers in the IDF. We know that. We know that. We actually do know that about you. That you don't care.
Again, that's not evidence that soldiers. Again, doctors saying that kids were shot in a certain way. You don't know where that bullet's coming from. You don't know anything. Just because a doctor said a kid was shot does not mean that the IDF.
And that you
You're a
actually,
Zionist,
that
right?
like every Zionist, you are a narcissist and you can only think of your own pain. It all revolves around you. You're not like, oh, I wonder why people are upset about racism against the Palestinians.
Because liars like you have wound them up to confront Mayim Bialik in the middle of a parking lot.
And Zionism is inherently racism. Okay, let's listen. Hopefully the part is about her kids is at the end.
My sons would say to me, "Well, when's the last time you posted that you care about Palestinians?" I said, "I could tattoo it on my face. There's going to be people who don't care." Like
Like you. Did you? So even her own kid.
Unbelievable. At least their kids are having a discussion about it. I bet you that's not happening in any Islamic homes about whether or not. If anything, we know the difference in October 7th, after October 7th, and to this day, they just did a poll recently of Palestinians, and they think October 7th was a good idea.
Kids don't buy her BS. Even her own kid. When was the last time you posted something about the Palestinian kids? I could tattoo it on my face. Yeah, but you're not.
wait, hold on a minute. You don't do it because there's going to be people that don't care. You do it because it's the thing you think and it's right.
Right.
Or you could just not post horse shit online too. That'd probably help you out a lot. You could do that. I mean, that's got to be mortifying.
So she's from the Big Bang Theory.
Again, what they're saying is pro-Palestinians are equated to the intelligence of a child that was questioning why doesn't she post things about Palestinians. Like, so their intelligence level is on the same level as a child, the pro-Palestinians.
And she loves the country that actually creates a big bang in civilian communities in Gaza.
Yeah.
But she's
You
a
see
really good actress because she plays someone who is very smart.
Do you remember?
No, she's very smart. She has a degree in neuroscience.
You see James Lee when he he was like looking back at the Big Bang Theory. Seems like these girls were honey traps for American nerds that were going to I forget what technical school, but that sitcom
Everything's a conspiracy.
is all about the kind of nerds that would be Lord Epstein Island, basically.
Yeah,
You know?
Yeah.
totally. Yeah. Yeah. it's all
Remember, Kurt,
Epstein.
opinions are violence, especially when you have lived an entire.
No, opinions can create someone to wind them up and then do violence. Like the Charlie Kirk shooting has nothing to do with Jews, but a trans person got wound up by people saying that Charlie Kirk was anti-trans and he shot him.
Pampered existence of hearing yes your entire life, like some college improv troupe, and then you see an opposing opinion while you're eating in a vegan restaurant.
You don't approach a woman and say, "Hey, there's me and Bialik," and wear a shirt that says racism, which is like hitting someone with a brick.
And she holds up.
You shouldn't approach a mother with her children at any time, for any reason. Even if you're pro-Israel and they're anti-Israel, you don't. If Jimmy Dore with his kids, I wouldn't go, "Oh, there's Jimmy Dore," and have a shirt that was like the IDF just bombed another terrorist.
Up her kids as a shield.
I was like,
You mean like how Hamas uses children as human shields?
you could already, just based on the one line from her sons, you could tell they're like, "Oh, here we go again."
If a T-shirt terrified her so much, she should definitely avoid Twitter.
It wasn't the T-shirt. It was the man that was bigger than her approaching her in the middle of a parking lot.
So much scarier than any T-shirt.
I mean,
You guys
is
can't
she gonna be
they can't understand that. They've lost all humanity.
okay after a guy with a T-shirt said, "Hey, that's Mayim Bialik"?
So here, George Galloway says she felt fear over a T-shirt with the truth on it.
It wasn't the T-shirt. It was the big guy approaching her.
She should watch a video of them eating food in front of them starving kids to make them starve harder. That's what I'm thinking about when I listen to her whine.
There's no kids starving in Gaza.
About seeing a T-shirt.
So I like what this person says. Maybe you can't see it. It says, there is no she with actress Mayim Bialik excusing the death of thousands of children to defend Israel and claiming the victim card. That's just demonic behavior.
It is.
That's demonic behavior.
Like, fake
She's the victim.
Nothing like demonizing Jews with actually calling them demons.
Yeah. She's the victim, Kurt.
I'll bet you.
Yes, she's the victim.
He's right on top of
Instead of being angry at a country committing a genocide in 4K for 3 years straight.
There is no genocide again. There's no evidence. He doesn't know. Even if you're calling it a genocide, bring some evidence and show that it's a genocide while you're bashing Mayim Bialik.
Instead of being angry at them for making you less safe, she's angry at someone who noticed that someone's committing a genocide.
Right. Well, she's committed to not noticing it and feeling that she's. I'm blown away because, well, they lamented it later. Somebody at that J something convention about we taught people too good that Holocausts are wrong. We maybe shouldn't have harped on it because now they think it applies when we want to do one. Remember that? We were showing that lady talk about how they regretted teaching people about the Holocaust too much.
Yeah.
Because now.
What? And also, one woman's clip does not make an Israeli policy.
Since it's been drummed in your head every day since you're a kid, and it's good it was because now...
Maybe we want to study the Holocaust so we know when an actual genocide's happening and not just throw that around, genocide everywhere, where you guys are literally diluting the significance of the term.
I can spot it when you do it.
So here's what Mel, the village grave lady, says. She gets teary-eyed at the thought of people saying mean things to her in front of her children.
She didn't cry. There was no crying. She got a little bit emotional. That was it. Jeez.
Meanwhile, Israel uses an AI program called Where's Daddy to hunt down Palestinians and literally...
Again, that's a conspiracy. That's not what that AI program's called.
...murder them when they are at home with their kids.
If you're a terrorist, why are you at home with your kids? Hello? I mean, again, the IDF, when they go fight Hamas, they don't take their kids with them.
Yeah. And just to let you know, this is from today. That's from today.
Yeah, it's called a war.
From today.
If you want to see a genocide, there has to be no people in the streets, and it has to be continuously bombing, and we have to kill all these people. And if you talk about starvation, look at this fat guy.
Just assaulted me. This is terrorism, what he just did.
That's from today. You want to cry about something?
Did that guy just say that to me in front of my cat? She said, Mayim Bialik's in a Barry Wise safe room right now, hiding in the house. Like a big vault.
Palestinians were given plastic bags with the weight of their children in them. When kids were blown up by Israel, they couldn't...
Well, I guess it's fact then. If the land Palestine tweeted this, I guess it has to be real.
...tell whose was who. A mother said, I don't even know if this is my son. I'm so sorry, Mayim Bialik, after you saw someone with it.
There's such an emotional comparison to it's you're emotionally blackmailing people. This has nothing to do with what Mayim Bialik said at all.
Anti-Zionist T-shirt.
It has nothing to do with the T-shirt.
Because someone wore a T-shirt she didn't like. Meanwhile, people are losing entire bloodlines.
You mean like terrorist bloodlines? Yeah, they're losing terrorist bloodlines. You got it, buddy.
I'm wondering if the person who had the T-shirt, if they somehow could get in touch with the show, because I'm starting to think that she maybe just saw...
I'm sure he's a hero to you guys.
...saw somebody's shirt and assumed it was about her.
Yeah, right?
Said something, and then she goes, hey, is that Mayim Bialik? You know, like Blossom gets mad at your shirt. I'll bet it's just as likely as whatever the hell she's saying.
I like this.
Well, with the rise of anti-Semitism... Oh, my God. Unbelievable. You people are the worst. With the rise of anti-Semitism, I wouldn't be taking any chances of a Mayim Bialik. I don't care if the guy wants my autograph and he's a Zionism equals racism shirt. My guess is that's not what he was asking for.
They told you Hitler brainwashed the youth, except Hitler wasn't the one who made children's bedtime books to make mass murder seem fun.
Under the rockets glow? Wait a
Rockets
minute.
glow.
Is that
Yeah, under the rockets that Hamas, Hezbollah, Iran, the Houthis, everybody was shooting at us. Iraq militias.
children's book about blowing up?
Look it up, Steph. What is
But
rockets?
that's straight up evil. That she really. It says Sandler. Wait, who wrote this? The author says Sandler.
They think that it's about the Israeli missiles and the rockets glow. It's not about that. It's about teaching kids, Jewish and non-Jewish kids in Israel, how to feel safe in an unsafe world where everybody's shooting rockets at you.
I like this. Baby's first genocide.
I'm sure that you like that.
Okay, I
Under
gotta
the rockets glow Shira's journey to courage. Tales of resilience and hope. A young girl named Shira learns about her Jewish heritage through her father's inspiring stories, finding courage amidst a night of rocket fire.
Ha!
And it's by Roman Sandler.
Is that funny now that Israelis were under rocket fire?
Ha!
Yeah, is Roman Sandler related to Adam Sandler?
I don't know. So there you go. That's the Zionist
Yeah.
mentality in a nutshell, right there.
And the
So
portion
she's
of
one
the
them devil
proceeds will be
kind, yeah.
All because there's Jewish victims doesn't mean there's not Palestinian victims of Hamas's terrorism.
donated to the victims of October 7th massacre.
So
And Hamas did this. If this is a child of some terrorist, guess what? You guys should not have attacked on October 7th. It was a big mistake. Do not declare a war on a country that wasn't attacking you.
So that doesn't bother her. But someone with a T-shirt. Oh, my God. And, of course, Zuckerberg Cohen is also
Again, it had nothing to do with the T-shirt. It had to do with the man approaching her.
a mental case.
Well, there's no greater programming that I've ever encountered in my life besides like Catholic chicks that even if they change religion, they're still you have that Catholic thing about them. That's the only thing I compare it to, but it's pretty intense.
Yeah, see, they're not just anti-Semitic. They're anti-Catholic, too.
It's intense.
It's amazing because cognitive dissonance, when you pretend you're like a big lefty and you're still for that, I would think that would just, that's why it's such a good form of mind control because it doesn't really crack under cognitive dissonance.
Everything's a form of mind control. You know, that's why you're wearing your wig, so that the waves don't get into your head.
It's
Like
gonna
she'll split before
her
the-
sitting there painting herself as the victim in the face
Again, she was a victim.
of stuff like this is demonic. Demonic.
And you know what? She wasn't a victim. She knew, she understood, she has situational awareness and understands that there's a rise in anti-Semitism, and she stood up for herself, and instead of confronting this guy, which would be a big mistake, she safely, like a good old Jewish mama bear, put her kids in the car and drove out. That's the best thing she could have done.
No, I didn't know I know the children's book thing is gross. That's like really crazy.
She gave
That's
a
genuinely
book
shit
review
that crazy.
of that book.
Gave a book review of
That's
that book.
That's why I believe it was included. But you know what the good thing is she is a vegan.
Yeah.
That's my favorite. Oh, I can't go to my vegan place because someone, I just think of like the level of demonic you are if meat is murder, but not, murdering that girl in the picture.
Right.
That's not murder. Really go fuck yourself.
Wheat germ's
Right back at you, buddy.
going to put her in bed for a week. a germ of an idea will put her on the therapy couch for a year.
You should try it.
You gotta be demented to be vegan and then be for this. That's one of the craziest things I think I've ever.
Well, I don't. You know what's interesting?
Whoever said she was pro-killing that child, she never said that. She never said any of this. You guys are throwing all this on her.
Now, I don't have any problem with vegans. I actually respect them. I wish I could be vegan, but I can't because of my bone disease.
Oh, that's the reason.
But I was talking to a vegan the other day, and the vegan said to me, You know, I never thought about it, but I feed my dog meat.
Oh
Right.
my God.
I feed
Yeah, because your dog's an animal.
my dog other
It's a
animals.
carnivore.
Well, you know who invented it? It's invented by rich people in England.
Jews. Invented by Jews. Come on.
It's not like some ancient practice of something. It's a bunch of people in England who had no problem with like World War II, and you know, it's a classic like
They had no problem defeating the Nazis. You're right.
rich snooty thing to be a vegetarian but not care.
I forgot in their world, the Nazis are the good guys. I keep forgetting that. In their world, the Nazis, number one.
About people being killed, or in the case of some of them, like you. Oh, I preferred if people were killed. If you want to get PETA about it,
I do have guilt about eating animals. Just in case you know, that's why when I eat, I try to eat
Hitler was a vegetarian.
that Kobe beef because it's a pampered cow, right? They make sure there's no stress in their life. They massage them, they feed them, they give them
Then they kill them.
beer. They have the greatest life, and then one day, boom, somebody comes up behind. And if someone gave me that option, hey Jimmy, you're not going to have any anxiety in your whole life. You're going to be pampered. You're going to have to eat whatever you want. You live in a nice place, and then one day
But when you turn 20, we're going to shoot you in the back of the head.
somebody's going to come. I'll be like, you know what? I've had enough anxiety in my life. I think
All right, well, I hope that dream can come true for you, Jimmy Dore. Let's hope.
I think I would take that. Hey, come see me on.
Call Qatar. They might do it for you. So on the next one, we're going to be crashing in. This is the other Barack is his channel. I subscribed. So also, if you like this kind of content that I do, please like, subscribe, and comment. Even if you disagree with me, I'm always open to having a conversation. Let's watch the other Barack. He's basically commenting. He's doing what I do. Not a big surprise. There's a lot of people that do this. And he's reacting to a video that Hasan Piker was on the LBC. And it didn't go great for him. So it's crashing on
Hasan Piker has had a lot to say since he has been banned from the UK. It's interesting seeing these celebrities get banned and then claim that they are very pro-peace and that they don't mean any harm. Well, why would you be getting banned from another country? He's here to talk to Lewis Goodall, who actually talks, I think, some sense into Hasan. Let's take a listen.
I'm just sort of trying to be as sort of generous as possible, but you could there are so many things you could call those settlers. I'm not defending those settlers for a moment. I think a lot of them are committing heinous acts. I think a lot of the people in the far right of the Netanyahu government are absolutely appalling.
I know that you believe that.
I would say that completely explicitly. But you know what? You could probably say all that, and you could probably make a stronger case and not undermine yourself by comparing them to Nazis, because Nazis literally tried to exterminate who they are as Jews.
Yes, I don't disagree with that. The comparison,
So why'd you do it?
in my opinion, the comparison, in my opinion, is not only graphic, but it's apt. Because Nazism is a fascist ideology. It's a dangerous
Well,
fascist
call them
ideology
fascists
that
then.
led
Call
to-
them fascists. You don't need to call them
led
Nazis or
well, I do that
neo-Nazis.
as well. But the reason why I specifically deploy the term Nazi, is because, well,
Look at Hassan's little Chinese flag over here. And Cuban. And his own name like a narcissist. Unbelievable.
two reasons. Number one, the goals of ethnic cleansing are identical, and especially considering that a genocide has unfolded at this point, a modern day
It hasn't.
genocide with different tools. It's not the same exact type of genocide as the Holocaust, of course.
You mean that the Israelis didn't build gas chambers?
It's not the concentration camps, and yet it's an
We're not taking the Palestinians into open fields with pits and shooting them in mass in the tens of thousands?
open air prison that has been bombarded with almost 10 atom bombs worth of explosive ordnance that my government, and as a matter of fact, your government has aided and abetted in the process of. And from that perspective, the reason why I say I'm not so precious about this, while always maintaining the position that anti-Semitism is completely unacceptable,
Sure.
I always say I'm not precious about this because at the end of the day, it's a genocide. At the end of the day, this is an
At the end of the day, it's not a genocide.
apartheid state, and Zionism as an ideology is a racist ideology, and many Jewish thinkers are now also coming to terms with that, even if they had self-identified as Zionists their entire lives. This is
I question their Zionism if they're able to call what is happening in Gaza a genocide.
this
So
transformation.
you would
is taking
compare
place
what's
for a
happened in
lot of-
Gaza to the Holocaust?
It's not to the same extent, no, but I have compared it to the Holocaust. Yes, it's no.
Good move. That was a smart move.
That to me is what really matters. Is like, what does that mean, man? What does that mean, dude? Nazi Germany, with whatever footage they were able to capture, proudly recorded them gathering, manipulating Jews to think that they were going downstairs to clean themselves and shower. And lo and behold, they were locked into gas chambers. And they did this, tried to keep it a secret, but they did it proudly. And then they also dug up ditches in the back of yards or in open spaces, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of yards away from the sites. And they, on site, shot and killed Jews, dug up holes for them, threw them into the ditches, and then covered them back up with the same dirt that they dug up. And they left their bodies underground. They did this historically. Where is there a comparison when one is intently cleansing people as a result of their ethnicity, intently? Every day that is your job is to just go cleanse Jews. And the other is a disgusting war. A war. The fact that the two of these categories have been conflated somehow and merged themselves into this.
It's not a mistake. They did this on purpose. I think they had this in their back pocket that they were going to call whatever Israel's reaction to October 7th, they were going to call it a genocide.
Same somewhat categories, like as if there's some, I don't know, as if you were to create some chart or graph and there's common ground between the two of these when listing off the intent and what's going on, it blows my mind. It blows my mind.
Different than
100%.
saying these concentration camps that we have in the United States of America are turning into death camps. Fascism is not a static concept. It's an ideology. It's a very dangerous one that I
It's dynamic. Fascism is known for being dynamic.
oppose unconditionally across the board.
But it's not the
entire
Holocaust,
purpose-
is it, Hasan? It's not the Holocaust.
No, of
And to
course.
compare
No,
it to,
it's-
I think the thing about you is you speak compellingly about many things, but you undermine your case and you open yourself to the accusation, which might not be unreasonable, of anti-Semitism by making these comparisons
It's called Holocaust inversion.
between what the Israeli government is doing, and let's be honest, Jews and Nazis and things they did in the Holocaust, because however heinous we might find what has happened in Gaza, and many of my listeners and viewers would, it is still not the same as the mass extermination and the ritualistic extermination of people which happened on a daily basis during the Holocaust. So why
Also known as a genocide.
compare the two things?
Because I don't want it to get to the Holocaust. And this is the best part
That's the reason he brings up the Holocaust, because he doesn't want it to get to
of
the
this
Holocaust.
conversation. And I love having this conversation because Holocaust studies are profoundly important. But they're not profoundly important so that we can understand what took place and then assume that it's never going to happen again. The entire point of genocide scholarship and specifically scholarship surrounding the Holocaust is so that we understand exactly how a society can move in that direction and how so many otherwise kind people, I assume, can turn a blind eye to the atrocities that are unfolding.
Because there are no atrocities. There's nothing to turn a blind eye to at all.
So that we understand what took place and never allow it to happen again. So my point is,
Oh, yeah, like Hasan Piker is like some great Holocaust expert.
I think the final solution for Israel has not been achieved yet, right? But this would be not dissimilar to, I guess, a communist or a socialist in Nazi Germany before the final solution.
You mean like the Cuban flag and like the communist flag behind you, the Chinese communist flag?
Pointing to the Armenian genocide. and
Given the
saying,
Israelis, given the military capabilities that Israel has, if they wanted to commit a Holocaust against Palestinians, they could do so. They haven't done so. They may have acted in a way that is dehumanizing. In fact, they have. They may have acted in a way without proper regard for Palestinian life. I think they have. Lots of people would agree that they have. But to
so the
compare it to the
Again, wrong.
Holocaust,
The disagreement that we have is not that
my suggestion to you would be that it is crass and offensive to compare the only Jewish state in the world, and we should, of course, be careful of eliding Israel and Judaism, of course, but it is the only Jewish state in the world, mainly comprised of Jews, comparing them to Nazis, given that Nazis literally tried to exterminate this entire race and came very close to succeeding. You don't need to do that. You shouldn't do it. And it's crassly and grossly offensive for you to do so. Is it true
Amen.
that you said that you considered Hamas to be 1,000 times better than Israel, and you'd vote for Hamas over Israel every single time. Is that true, and do you stand by it?
Yeah, I do.
That's
Do you
despite the
wanna-
fact that
do you-
Hamas was responsible for October the 7th and a pogrom against Jewish people. You say you'd vote for them 1,000 times over the democratic
It wasn't a
state
pogrom
of
against Jewish
Israel.
people. It wasn't a pogrom against Jewish people. Were there atrocities and war crimes?
It definitely was. It was targeting Israelis, which are majority Jewish.
You
took
don't
place
think that
on
there was
October
any
7th?
anti-Semitism
Absolutely.
involved in that?
Absolutely.
This is where you go wrong, Hassan. You find yourself basically in a position defending
don't tell me I'm wrong.
elements
you tell
of
me
this.
why I'm wrong.
I'm telling you why
Because
you're wrong,
look-
because you're honestly saying you saw Jewish people, overwhelmingly Jewish people killed that day. It was a pogrom.
Mm-hmm.
It was the biggest pogrom of Jews that we've seen, against Jews that we've seen since the end of the Second World War.
No.
Why do you find yourself in a position where you're like, okay, I'm actually going to defend that principle. I'm going to defend the argument about that. Why? You just undermine yourself.
Great question. I actually gave an interview to the Times UK on this as well, and I'll explain exactly why.
Jeez.
So October 7th was traumatic. There were heinous
Traumatic.
acts of violence that took place. No doubt
It was a pogrom against Jews.
about it. I would never agree again. I would never disagree with that assessment.
Ooh.
What I will disagree with, however, is the intentionality. The idea that October 7 was done specifically to kill as many Jewish people as possible, I think,
They literally did that. Within 6 hours, that was when the majority of the 1,200 Jews and Israelis were killed.
is incorrect. I think
At no time in the Gaza war had Israel killed 800 plus people in a 4 to 6 hour window. Never. Go look it up in the Gaza war. It has not happened in the past 3 years. We've never killed that many in that period of time. It was genocidal what Hamas did. They killed every Jew they could find, every person they could find, every Israeli.
They
the
killed
ultimate goal of the
1,300.
Palestinian resistance, whether we agree with their methods or tactics or not, and I certainly have my disagreements,
No, you don't. You also have your agreements with them.
the ultimate goal of the
Have your
Palestinian
disagreements.
resistance
They
wasn't
killed
just Hamas.
1,300 people and raped
Yeah,
people.
of course, of
Killed
course.
innocent
I'm
young
saying,
people at
but the
music
ultimate
festivals.
But the ultimate goal is to make the occupation as costly as possible, because the extended 80-year, or at the time 75-year occupation had done October 7's.
So the ends justify the means.
No,
is
we
it?
never did.
The ends
We've
justify the means.
never done an October 7th style attack on Palestinians that killed 1,300 people. Never in history. Go look it up. It has never happened.
If I can compare
of
it to
course
something
not.
in the
And
UK,
that's precisely
Hassan.
the reason why I don't believe that the Israeli ends justify the means, and that's precisely the reason why I'm saying.
So why do
that
you then say that Hamas is 1,000 times
Here's
better
why.
than Israel?
Because Israel has done an October 7 1,000 times over
Again, that's not true.
to the Palestinian population.
That would mean, if 1,000 times, that would mean 130,000 Palestinians. Is that right? 13,000? Whatever it is. That amount has never happened.
You know, sometimes I get to a point where I wonder how many times can we have this conversation? Like, you know,
We're going to have to keep having it over and over and over again. Well, he's going to talk about it if you want to go watch his explanation about it. I think we watched it, and I think we understand with me crashing out and ranting about it. So I'll end the episode there. And thanks for crashing out with me on all of that. It's nice to be able to do it with a community and not by myself. And yeah, if you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe and comment, even if you disagree with me. If you think Israel's committing a genocide, I'd love to have a conversation with you and show you why I don't believe that. I'm not a genocide denier. I'm just looking at the facts, and there is no genocide. Yeah. Also, they're using genocide denier as Holocaust denier. Again, it's the Holocaust inversion using terms that we use against us. Anyways, all of that being said, thanks for crashing out with me, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.